around the world, we work with 7,500. Actually, I was just speaking with Andreas this morning. This number is increasing by the day. We're actually at about 7,800 schools. We need to update our map because we also are working, is this, no, yeah, this is Uganda, Kampala. We're also in Rwanda, Burundi, Nigeria, and we're just opening our offices in February in Egypt. Egypt has 110 million people. There are about 35 million children throughout the country who deserve to understand their worth and their potential. And throughout the world, as you can imagine. We're in over 80 countries, and it's easy to look at a map and see, oh, that's great. I'm glad you have some map. This is Norway. Just last week, I was in Jessheim, which is just north of Oslo. And our partners in Norway, just like Leader Me Deutschland, we have Leader Me Norway. These students are giving us a tour. She's going to go and rest in her, I caught her in a bad moment, but she's leading to go and rest, and the students are in charge. They're teaching us about their entire school, not just high school students, but even Luca, who's here, who is one of my favorite kids so far. This is a group of students in Lagos, in Nigeria. They're practicing with the 7 habits. They have some older mentors, but as you can see, they're leading their own learning. And there's 2 of those. This is the American school, and our partner who actually is from Bahrain. We work in also in the Middle East, as you can imagine. And the student is teaching Ahmed about the Leader in Me school that is in the US, because Ahmed is working with Leader in Me Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Bahrain, Emiratis. This is Latvia, Leader in Me schools in Latvia. These are my friends in Niger. These are some of this group. They're lovely. We want to take so many pictures. I wanted to share with you these 2 pictures here. This morning, I came in from Netherlands and on a train. Yesterday, I was at this school. And this is our colleague who runs Leader in Me Netherlands, just like we have Leader in Me Deutschland. When we came to the school, this is what we saw. We entered, and they were here, and they were in charge of telling us where to go. They organized all of it. These are children in grades 2 and 3. They're shaking Jaap's hand. Jaap is a very tall Dutch person. You know the Dutch are tall, right? So Jaap is this very tall, towering man. He's a big heart. But he comes in and this little child says, "Hello, welcome to my school." And she takes him and she gives him the tour. Because the children are in charge, and we believe that they can do more than we think that we often give them credit for. My last example is from Norway. These 2 boys are giving a report on what their experience has been learning about personal leadership for themselves. But this boy comes from a very traumatic background. And I didn't know the story, and I would never have known it if I didn't talk to the teachers afterwards in here, because he just seemed so happy and so normal. When he first arrived at the school, he was violent. He would throw chairs in the classrooms to the walls, and they had to move him outside because he was dangerous to other children. What changed for him was the school implemented the Leader in Me, and the teachers began to verbalize to this young man that he had worth and he had potential beyond throwing chairs to a wall. And this is when we say leadership, we don't mean go and be a CEO of a company. Of course, if you want to, please do that. Leadership, as Dr. Covey described it in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is simply communicating to another person, to children, their worth and their potential so clearly that they then see it for themselves. They have a paradigm shift. He wasn't told and given a checkbox, you have to do this. He was inspired to believe in himself, and he changed. And the teachers I love this experience and being there. And now he's probably one of the most favorite students. We don't have favorite students though, right? So as we conclude, or as I conclude rather, I'll turn the time over to Andreas. This is what we hope for my children, who are right now going to school in North Carolina. 2 years ago they were in Qatar. Wherever we are in the world, I want them to have, just like all of us, I want them to have a great future. But I can't control that. I need to teach them what they can do, okay? And I need them to believe in themselves. And this is what we aim to do, not just in Nigeria or in China or in Azerbaijan or in America, but also here in Deutschland. And we have a lot of work to do because we have a lot of young people throughout the country.